XG38.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 131, season 2 of the Game Talk podcast. I am your host, Brimstone. We have a few articles that we're going to talk about tonight. Joining me tonight is, of course, RevTech. Welcome aboard, sir.
What's up, man? What's up, everybody in the stream?
This music number
is...
You
need to lower your mic down a little bit.
No, I want to blow people's ears out.
Damn, I'm turning my mixer down, man. Turning it down. You're coming in hot.
That piece is brought to you by XP38 called PvP Enabled. I remember when he made this song, he sent it to me. I told him it was awesome. I think this was one of the songs I actually purchased from him too. It's a great piece. As always, XP, thank you. But we got some articles to talk about. We have some things that we need to speak about. So, where do you want to start first?
Ooh.
You don't know where you want to start, do you?
No, because they're all good. We can talk about Phil Spencer if you like.
Which article would that be, sir?
Phil Spencer talks about Microsoft new studio and commits to PC gaming in 2019.
Okay, let me find it. New studios and its commitment to PC gaming. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me post that up here. Bam. All right. So I haven't read this yet, but I'm pretty sure you have. So why don't you go ahead and take the lead on this one?
They're talking about pretty much game creators. They're talking about some of the new studios they have brought in. Outer Worlds coming out not in August, possibly in August. He's talking about pretty much the PC and how Microsoft underlooked the PC for a long time, and now they're talking about making games for it and building up their lineup of category and working with other platforms. Pretty much what we've been discussing the last couple of game talks here, where we were praising Microsoft for going out on a limb, and they're looking outside the box and pretty much bringing games that we've been asking for. And they've also showed Wasteland 3, which looks really good. I mean, screenshot wise, it looks really good.
Yeah.
They're talking about Obsidian acquiring them to make video games for them exclusively for them. Microsoft, we were saying this before we even started. You said Microsoft needed to get these exclusive parties out there. And then we got Playground Games, making the Forza games, and they're also working on the next what game is Fable? They're working on the next Fable. So looking real good for Microsoft right about now.
That's actually one of my favorite series, dude. Fables.
Now my question would be, is Microsoft going to continue with Steam? Are they going to continue to throw their games up on Steam going
forward? If they want their sales, if they want those numbers, they're going to have to. Because right now, their own Play Store on PC is trash. So, I mean...
well, go play Forza. Go play Forza on a PC. You'll find out how bad it is.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's still got that bug where, like, if you try to download a game through that store, it locks up your system. So, I mean, yeah, they need to fix that shit if they ever plan on even becoming remotely competitive for the PC market.
Well, they're saying that the PC gaming event at E3, they're going to have more information on what they're doing. I'm assuming it's going to be the xCloud stuff that they're going to be announcing, and the new. I'm assuming some of the new stuff we're going to see for consoles.
Can I just say this? Like, I don't mean to cut you off, but Microsoft, please just do your own thing. Don't go to fucking E3. E3 is garbage nowadays. Nobody cares about it.
That's true. They should have their own event. Really, they should. I mean, Sony's doing their own event at this point. Why not they?
Exactly. I mean, like their Xbox events that they do in the EU, like it's pretty big over there, dude. Like they actually have a big turnout over there. And I'm even told that the one that they had over here in the US was a pretty decent turnout as well. So I don't understand why anybody still uses E3 as a talking point for fucking video games, dude, especially when it's ran by fucking SJW pieces of garbage. So like I'm telling you, like E3 to me is pretty much dead.
So I had to talk with a friend of mine. He's in Japan, and he says Microsoft is completely dead. Just dead in Japan.
Well, yeah, in Japan.
Yeah, and we were having a discussion. He was like all into this. He was like, when did Microsoft decide to go PC with their games? And it opens up this whole horizon, because he was telling me he was all excited. I could play Halo now on PC and join you guys without having to have an Xbox. He was all excited. So this opens up for a lot of people in a lot of different countries that can't get themselves or go out to a store and get it. So I like what Phil Spencer's doing. I mean, I really like what he's doing. He's working hard with AMD, with Sue and Lisa Su, trying to get Microsoft to go to the next level. And they needed to do this because it's been a long time coming. You've even said this. It's been years and years and years, and you being a Microsoft, guy when it comes to consoles, you've been saying this should have happened years ago.
Oh yeah,
with Microsoft.
They should have been already purchased these fucking studios, dude. They're like, these things should have already taken place. They shouldn't have waited so long to do it, because they could have had at least 2 or 3 blockbuster titles out by now. Whatever, I guess it's better late than never, I guess.
What's the other one? Inksy or Inxil? Is that the name of that company he required too?
And he said it's called Inxile.
Inxile, okay. Yeah. And then he also quotes here, the opportunity for collaborations and shared learning across new and existing teams is potentially what most exciting to Phil Spencer. So I think Phil Spencer's kind of trying to bring that family environment. I could see it from him. He's bringing in the family environment, and I've liked Phil Spencer since he took over the whole Xbox.
I like Phil too. I think Phil has made like a lot of good power plays in the corporate world of video games. Like he's done a lot of different power moves. But I think at the end all, like, of course he wants to represent the gamer, but he also has to appease investors. So he has to sort of play the double-headed, dragon dice game. And it's unfortunate because it's actually cost him a lot of Microsoft fans to go over to other platforms, because we've been missing out on a lot of different opportunities for games for this one platform that, have been announced, they've been canceled, and it's a shame. Phil instead of fighting the cancellation of a few of these titles, like he just kind of ran with it. And it's like, dude, like you should have been trying to keep these games developing, not fucking let them go to the wayside. But hopefully, like he's learned from it, though. I hope in the long run he's learned from it, and I hope he becomes stronger as somebody that works at the head of Xbox.
So reading another quote from here, they asked him whether the future of Xbox Game Studios to release on Steam as the Microsoft Store, and he said, "We're not committal. It's good questions, somewhat spending a long time thinking through. I expect us to share more details on plans pretty soon." So it tells me that they are looking into the Steam option and going forward, and they need to. I mean, really, they really need to. If you've played a Microsoft game on the store, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
They really need, with this next creators update, they need to redo the whole store. Just flat out redo the store. Or better yet, make a gaming store. Period. Get away from the Microsoft store and just make a gaming store. Dedicated and optimized.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say they need to separate it, because having a gaming store infused into the OS has only brought more problems to the gaming store. Like the store that they have right now is just hot garbage. If they were to just remove it and like don't even bother putting it into the next patch, like if they could patch it out of the OS, that would be great, because it would run better.
Well, now knowing this is why they're working, they saw the writing on the wall, and this is working with Steam. I mean,
it shouldn't have to take, though. But here's the thing: it shouldn't have to take hundreds of thousands of people to tell them that this is a bad idea, that this is garbage. Like they should have. They should have saw the errors in their ways much sooner, but whatever. Like I said, better late than never, I guess. So we'll go ahead and go into your next article, and that is coming up. It is this lovely piece. Google Stadia puts Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC gaming on notice. Now, I find this kind of funny because it's always been Google who's been trying to be what in the world? I don't want to see this ad. Okay, there we go. It has been Google that's been chasing the tails of these two, and now they're saying that they're putting them on blast. Like how, Stadia? Like how are you putting these companies on notice? Like I don't understand what you're getting at here.
Well, they're being hypocritical on the article, because if you look, they say, if you read part of it, they're no longer going to have to go to a retail store like Amazon, Best Buy, or GameStop to get the latest titles. And here's the problem with that is you're gonna kill the brick and mortar stores.
Brick and mortar stores. Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing, right? Like Google acts like in the US we have the internet infrastructure for this. We talked about this in last week's episode. We're nowhere near ready for this kind of thing. So for them to come out of the woodwork and just be like, oh, hey, you guys, we're going to be the new standard. Trust me, it's not that easy. Xbox tried it and failed. Sony tried it and failed with their streaming services as well. And you are not going to be any better than these guys. Like, you guys are just coming into the streaming software side of things from a software engineering standpoint, just like the other two did. You are not going to be the next best thing when it first launches. Neither Sony nor Microsoft was. So, I mean...
Well, take it this way. Take it as Microsoft's taking it. They're going in the aspect, they did the DRM thing. They're learning from. With their next console, they're giving you two consoles. So they're giving you two flavors. If you still want to do physical media, you could still do it. And if you want to go through their streaming service, they have a box for you.
Yeah.
The thing with Google is, what I don't understand is they're making this out to be like everybody's going to jump on this.
I know. Google thinks that they're that loved, and to a degree they are. To a degree they are loved and respected, and even hated at some points. But my goodness, to be this full of yourself, thinking that you're going to put two other companies that have been doing the gaming scene at a much longer time than yourself, and you think you could come in and actually try to change up the world as fast as you think it might happen? No, it's not going to happen in the same way you may think.
And the thing is, and guess who's fronting this? Harrison. Take a good look. Remember Phil Harrison? You remember that guy? Remember him? He was the one that didn't do so well at Microsoft and didn't do too well at Sony and didn't do too well at at EA. So that's the guy that's pushing them. So yeah, I already have questions. If Phil Harrison is in this, I'm scared already. Because what has he done with all these companies? Not done too well. And he's promising things that, and to me, I'm going to say this is going to take 5 years before I'll say this about music too. Music streaming services did not happen overnight. Netflix did not happen. Took years. Yeah. And took the infrastructure to get there. We're still having problems streaming, movies over the. Some people can't even do it.
People are still having issues, like myself, streaming Amazon movies library at 400 megs down at like 30 to 40 megs up. Like, I'm still having internet connection issues on that service. So, I mean, if I'm having issues on that service and I still have somewhat intermittent issues with Netflix and Hulu, what makes these guys any different? That's the thing.
Then you got the CEO coming out from Ubisoft, which you should be scared about this guy. Overselling. The same dude that's over Guillemot overselling. He says, we've been working with Google for 6 years on their streaming technology. It's more possible experience in the world we create. It gives opportunities to the creators to take a full advantage of mobile. It's like, no, it doesn't, because if people can access it, how do you take advantage? Don't.
Right, you're going to end up alienating an entire community of people for the sake of one platform? I doubt that. Like, that's not a very well thought out investment opportunity. And
again, it comes down to infrastructure. We don't have it yet. Mm-hmm. Here in the States, we don't.
Nope.
And in the UK, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even worse. And the thing is, I just don't know. I will say this. It's a little crazy, and they're expecting this controller. Like, you could pick up any smart TV, Bluetooth wise, and you'll be able to play. It's a great promise, but I don't think it's going to happen. And then I also will say this: price. If the price is $15, I'm not investing. That's way too much money to ask somebody with really bad internet to invest into your platform.
Especially, like, and that's another thing I was going to talk about, dude. Like, they're going to come into a market where people like you and I have already got our PlayStation Pluses paid for, our Xbox Lives paid for, and our EA Origin Access already paid for the year. That's 3 different services paid for. That's not including Netflix. That's not including Amazon Prime. That's not including Hulu and Hulu Plus. That's not including any of those other services like Crunchyroll and Funimation Network. Like, I mean, there are just so many streaming services. By the end of it all, you're going to be asking yourself, should I just go back to cable for the amount of money with all these streaming services that I'm paying for? Because it's going to get up to that point in price where you're going to be looking at your wallet like that, and you're going to be like, well, shit. It used to be that streaming was the cheaper and cost-efficient way of doing things, but now I'm looking at this as I might as well go to cable if I'm going to be paying this much for all these different things. And I know there's people out there that think like that, and that's what Stadia over here, or whatever this dude's name is, Sundar Pichai, like, he needs to understand. He needs to understand that's like, that is what this industry is about. It's about competition. Who's going to purchase your service? Who's going to be willing to come back to your service time and time again for newer experiences? And if he's going to sit here and think that he's going to be able to launch the next best thing for streaming, well, he has a lot of lines to go through. He needs to go through PlayStation Now. He needs to go through the Xbox One that's coming up soon. He needs to go through the Ouyas of the world that had great promise and potential just like this does, and eventually failed because they couldn't deliver on a promise. I mean, there's just so many different things that I can see going wrong with this. And I'm not trying to say that I want them to fail. I'm saying they need to reduce that price in order to be competitive. Not $15 a month, because that is way more than what a live and a PlayStation service costs. You know what I mean? So, like, they need to remain competitive, and I would say go as low as $5 a month, and I guarantee you will have people flocking to you.
Well, I'll say this: the head of Google, that's he's the same person that alienated their tablets. He's the same person.
Phil Harrison guy?
No, the last guy you were saying.
Sundar Pichai?
Yeah. He's the one that alienated their tablet space. That's why you got the Chromebooks of the world. And again, I'm my thing with Google is I think they're sitting here acting like they're going to have everything, and I guarantee they're not going to have everything.
Welcome, Chris Cobra. Yes, I just I'm Phil. We're doing this early, this episode early, because I'm gonna be gone for the next 3 to 4 days in Vegas, so I'm not gonna be able to come in and shoot with Rev here for a little while. So I wanted to give you guys an episode early, so that way you guys can get something out of this week. Because I've been trying to stay, or we've been trying to stay pretty regular with doing these on the beginning of my weekends or towards the end of my weekends. So I hope you guys do enjoy this stuff. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Stadia, or do you want to move on to the next one?
The only thing I would say is that it's going to be a niche product if they can't get the AAA games. That's what I'm going to say now. I predict this. It's going to be a niche product. It will die if it does not have those big AAA.
Oh yeah, that's the plan, Cobra. We are definitely going to have some fun in Sin City. Sekiro mod unlocks the frame rate so you could push past 60 FPS. Okay, so I'm going to just say this now. As much as I like 60 FPS and whatnot, right? I do not believe it should be handled or have to be, or should I say, should be pushed onto the community to fix this sort of stuff, right? I'm not sure if that's what this is. I don't know if they did this or no. It says modders are already playing. Oh, okay, with its innards. Okay, so yeah, so Sekiro Shadows Die Twice just really recently launched on the PC, and it's one of Steam's best sellers. It's doing extremely well, and if you like a Dark Souls game mixed with Tenchu, you're gonna love this game because it's like that. Stealth kills and the whole 9 yards.
You know, the vibe I got from it was more of the For Honor. When I saw people playing it on stream, I saw more of the For Honor vibe when you go into combat kind of deal.
Yeah.
It makes me want to have it, but, you know, I don't understand why people are pushing this whole, I got to be more than 60 FPS. We were satisfied. I'm satisfied with 60 FPS. Like, my monitors don't go up past 75.
No, I agree. I agree. Like, I totally agree. I'm just saying, like, developers should already be doing this for people. What's up, Fatal? Welcome. How's it going, sir? It's been a while. I'm just saying, it should not be something that the community members have to do. I think developers should automatically, instinctively, in fact, be able to push their games past 100 FPS by themselves. It should not take people's input and modding to do this. And this is why I've always bashed on people who loved on Bethesda so much. Because Bethesda, if you remember, they relied on their community's backs to have a success in their gaming. If normal people that weren't PC gamers were the only ones purchasing those games, do you really think Bethesda would be a success as they are today, even with all the scandals they've been into recently? Hell no.
And they're still using that same old engine. They're talking about using the same old engine going forward. And they're not even planning on developing anything new, which is scary. Which is really scary because they're relying on their modding community.
And that's a sham. That's a sham. It should not be that way.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. And you know, with this game, it's kind of the same way with what was the game earlier, Nier Automata. You were telling me the same thing. That got modders working on that to push it past 60 FPS. To make it run, you know, over 60, and it shouldn't be that way. You know, you pay $59, it should be on the.
It should be an option already given to you. Yeah, you shouldn't have to go through these loopholes to get these games going. And no, Fatal, I haven't played it yet, so I want to though. When I get back from my Vegas trip for my birthday, I really hope it's good.
You know, I wouldn't call this a. What was it? I wouldn't call this a Dark Souls game. I call it a game of its own. You know what I mean? From what I've seen,
this reminds me. I'm not sure if you ever played this game, Rev, back in high school, but this was one of my favorite games on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and it was Tenchu.
I remember.
Stealth Assassins was by far one of my most played games during that time. And
was it on PS2?
They remastered Tenchu Stealth Assassins and called it The Wrath of Heaven, and it was an amazing game. It was hard too. It was tough as nails. It was one of those, you got hit a couple times, you were dead. It was a Souls-like. In fact, this was a Souls-like before we knew what Souls games were. And but it was awesome. You could like hide up in the ceilings, you could grapple hook thing across the map, get on top of the rooftops and stealth down and evade guards detecting you and slit their throats from the back. They had some of the most brutal executive kills in the gaming industry as a whole. We're talking, it outbeat Snake, it outbeat Siphon Filter back in those days. I mean, this game was brutal, man. Like, you slit some throats, you saw blood popping out. You were able to rip somebody in half. Oh, man, it was such a good game. And that's what this game kind of reminds me of, because there's a lot of stealth in it that was really, really good. So I'm hoping that's what this is like. I'm gonna see if I get my hands on it this weekend before I get home, and I'm gonna see if it's any good, because it looks like a lot of fun. It seems like a lot of people have been praising the hell out of this game.
Chris, I agree with you with that, though. I agree with you in the chat with that. Yeah, Bethesda really needs to work hard. Because Rage 2, Rage 2 is running, what is it, on ID? Is it on the ID? Rage 2, right? Isn't that...
Rage 2 is on the id Tech software, and the id engine, yeah.
Okay, cool. What they need to do is work with id and just make a new engine happen. Like, they're doing really well with their engine.
Well, yeah, because like they actually work on their engines. They try their best to make sure they're not pulling a Bethesda. I mean, look at Bethesda. They were operating on the same engine that they created Morrowind in all the way up until just this past year, dude. Like, they're claiming that they're not doing it anymore. I'm like, yeah, huh? Right.
Yeah, look at the game I bought, Fallout 76. Look at how many glitches and stuff there is.
Can you guys please retract that statement from this podcast? Nobody from this podcast actually purchased that game.
I did, because of I got it gifted to me. There's a difference. It was gifted.
I was gonna say
because I refused to play it for the longest time, and then it got gifted to me.
Yo, but Chris, Fallout 4 was a hell of a lot better than Fallout 76, dude. That is a fact that I think we could all agree on. I played Fallout 4 during its launch week because the Kmart by my house closed down, so I bought a physical copy for $15. Fucking best launch day sale ever. And I gotta say, I liked it, actually. I liked Fallout 4. In fact, I think I enjoyed Fallout 4 way more than New Vegas and 3, because I didn't really like 3. I fell asleep through 3, and I fell asleep through New Vegas. But 4 actually kept me engaged into the idea of looking for your father, trying to figure out where he went, and then you're like, you're helping all these story quests on the side, and like the overall world actually was beautiful. Like, it was a very pretty set piece for the city that you were in, and all the monsters had more detail to it. There was more fluidity in the movement when it came to the gunplay. I mean, overall, it just felt like a better, 100% better game than the previous two. So, I mean, I give them props on that. And even though I do bash from Bethesda, a part of me still loves the fucking Elder Scrolls series, okay? I'm a huge Elder Scrolls nerd. I played Morrowind. I played Oblivion. Hell, I played Daggerfall, and nobody could tell me that Dagger, if there was ever a buggier game, wasn't Daggerfall, because that shit had its issues too.
So you got your copy at Kmart when they were going out, right? That's
yes, sir.
Man, I can tell you, when mine was going out, do you know I went into the electronics section and bought so much crap that was on sale.
You're like, there's cables for days for 99 cents a pack.
Yeah. Let me go get those couple of those lightning cables. You know
what the best thing? You know what the best fuck you that Kmart did to the community, dude? Out here was hilarious. They marked up their prices on all the stuff that you actually needed in your life by like literally 1,000%.
Same.
And then they said they knocked it down to half of that and said that was on sale. I'm like, bitches, please. Your bags of ice never cost $15 before. Shut the fuck up.
Everything was jacked up, and then when you go to their electronic section, everything was half off. Everything was
Dude, the electronic was the best deal, and the jewelry was the best deal. I bought my girl's engagement ring on it. It's 14. It was like a full on. It was like a full like 4 or 5 carat. I think it was a pretty big diamond, dude. And like the actual listing price for my girl's ring was like somewhere in the ballpark of about $2 to $3 grand, and.
Wow.
And I got a steal on it. I only paid like $200 for it. So I was like, hell yes. And she couldn't believe it. Like, we actually went and got it tested to see if it was real, to make sure it wasn't like some scam that fucking Kmart was pulling out of their asses. We went and got tested. It was real, dude. It was actually fucking real. I was like, oh my God, we actually got a good deal. So, I mean, there's that. But then if you wanted, like, say, windshield wipers or something for your vehicle that you needed, a jack maybe, or like interior stuff for your vehicles, like that was the stuff that they jacked up over 1,000%, then marked it down and said it was half off. And then you looked up the same item online or at Walmart or something, and you saw that there was like the Walmart stuff was like a fraction of the price, so you knew Kmart was trying to fuck everybody.
Yeah. Kmart had it all though.
Kmart used to be the dude. Kmart used to be the shiznit back in the day. Like Kmart was like, that was a retailer that nobody fucked with. They were like, yo, like Kmart is on point. They were like helping launch separate private companies to build up brands for the electronic departments in a lot of the bigger stores like Best Buy and stuff. And they were doing some big fucking moves, dude. And then out of nowhere, there was like all of a sudden Kmart had beef with almost all of the gaming industry, and as soon as that beef ensued, that's when they went downhill. Man, nobody shopped at Kmart anymore, and it wasn't because
it's funny.
Nobody liked them. It was just because they didn't like their clientele. They didn't like their customers. They treated their customers like crap after a while.
Well, it's funny. You know what my Kmart turned into? It went to the opposite. It was now it's a Target.
See,
they built a massive right next to the game store too. I'm like, oh, I don't have to go to GameStop anymore, so I can just go into Target and buy the pop figures and all this stuff. I'm happy, man.
Bro, you know what, dude? Like, aside from all the bullshit that the community has been pulling with Target, with all the conservatives fucking coming in and going, oh my God, the bathrooms, fuck that, dude. Target is still my go-to place, dude. I love that store. That store sells so much good shit. I will never bitch about the bathroom situation.
So guess what? You have the Target, and then you have right in that store, you have a Starbucks. I don't care to anybody. Like, if there's coffee right there, I'm going right there. I don't care if it's Starbucks.
Right, dude? Like, where I live, check this out, dude. Where I live, there's a Starbucks up the road. You go to the Smiths by my house, there's a Starbucks. You go to Safeway by my house, there's another Starbucks. You go out to Fort Mojave, which is like 15 minutes from where I live, and they have a Smiths and a Safeway from across the street of each other. They both have Starbucks. And then they have a drive-through human bean coffee place right next door. Like, dude, coffee is coming out my ass here in this town. Like, it is crazy.
So it's Starbucks here, and then it's like coffee bean, and then it's like Dunkin' over here, and then like I'm just like, where's what's that one that they have, Hornets or Tim Hortons? I'm like waiting for a Tim Hortons now.
Yo, I want to try that. Like, some of my friends. Okay, so my buddy Gamer Dragon, who lives with me, he's from Ohio, right? And evidently, the northern tips of Ohio, they have that entire chain over there, and that's where he lived. And he said Tim Hortons was trash. He said he tried it. It was hot garbage. But I'm wondering if it's based on the area, because I know for a fact in Phoenix, Starbucks tastes a hell of a lot better than it does out here.
I know the coffee beans. Okay, so this is how this works. Coffee bean and Starbucks get, or coffee bean and McDonald's get the same distribution for coffee beans. That's why when you go to McDonald's, it tastes so good. And when you go to Coffee Bean, it tastes so good. For what I know from a friend of mine that works, shout out to you. I got told that they overdo their coffee beans. They do something to the coffee beans. That's why it tastes burnt when you get it at Starbucks. I didn't know like there was like some special place you go get their coffee bean.
Well, because Starbucks actually roasts their beans before brewing, which I never understood that. Somebody tried telling me that it's supposed to enhance the bean if you heat it up first in a pan and then drop it into a grinder. Now,
That's not a good idea.
I don't think that. No, I don't think so either, dude. Because I have used. I don't know if you have this out where you live at your Smiths or Safeway, but out here we have the Millstone Coffee Co. out here, where they actually sell you full beans, freshly packaged full beans, and you put it through their grinder into a bag, and then you run home and you put this into your coffee pot, and it tastes amazing. Like, this is the best.
Dude, that's like a coffee bean does the same.
Bro, this is the best fucking coffee I've ever had in my life. I could drink black silk. I could drink French roast. I could drink whatever roast I want, black, and it tastes amazing. It's got the flavor like you wouldn't believe, right? But you go to Starbucks and you do it, dude, and it's like, it feels like this shit is sticking to your insides, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? So, like, I only ever, when I go to Starbucks, I only ever order Frappuccinos, because their Frappuccinos are good. Like, I love me some Starbucks Fraps.
I only order their fruity drinks, you know, like their coffee stuff that's sweet, that you know that's not going to taste like garbage. Because anytime you go to a Starbucks, you cringe when you go, I want the espresso drink, that right there. And then they go, well, we did it a special way. And then when you drink it, you're just, oh, God.
Yo,
I cringe.
Dude, I've had espresso from like 3 different companies. I've had it at a Firehouse Coffee. If you don't know what that is, it's a really good company. They sell subs. They sell home-baked foods. Bagels. Oh, God, it's so good, though. Right? So I've had espresso from them, and it is amazing. I don't need anything with it. I could literally down an espresso shot without cringing or feeling sick to my stomach. I could do the same.
Yeah, Chris.
I could do this.
Chris.
I could do the same thing with Human Bean. I've done that with Dunkin'. Dunkin' has pretty good coffee selections. Dude, like, the shit tastes awesome. But for some reason, when you go to Starbucks, dude, it is ass. It tastes like I'm drinking tar. And it's the most nastiest taste I've ever had in my life.
I agree with you, Chris, there. I'm an energy drink fan. If I can't get coffee or I can't make it in my K-Cup maker, it's usually the Monster or actually it's Rockstar actually nowadays, the Whipped all day long.
Oh my God, the Whipped is so delicious. It's funny because it was you and Shane that introduced me to the Whipped, and I was calling you guys fucking crazy until I started drinking it and I became hooked on it. Dude, that shit is delicious. Yeah, it is fucking delicious, Chris. If you could ever get the Rockstar Whipped, oh my God, your mouth will have a party.
They have a 50-50 bar too.
Let's see. We have donut stops. Yep, fast food. Yeah. Don't have the luxury here. I'm a Monster Energy guy. The only Monster Energy drink that I like is coffee based. It's their Java line. Their Java line is so good.
Me and Metro argue all the time about their Java line. I like their Java line. He don't. I don't know why.
Dude, like, come on. Metro's a furry. Enough said.
Oh my God.
I love you, Metro.
Savage.
I love you, Metro, but you know it's true. Make fun
of these tech deals. How about these tech deals?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go into tech deals. We're coming up close to 40 minutes now, so yeah, it's a good time to start doing that. Okay, so the tech deals he found are really, really good. Wait, you get Monster free?
Wait, what?
Wait, Chris, bro, homie, dude. Tell us your secrets. I will lovingly make love to your ear with my voice.
Brimstone just went to 100, like 100. Literally, he's just like,
I'll go sexual.
How much do you want for a case if you're getting it? How much do you want for a case? I'll definitely buy it.
How the fuck are you sponsored by Monster, bro? Dude, that is the shit right there. Yo, if I could get a sponsor, tell them, yo, hook up my boy Brimstone and his boys over there at the Game Talk Podcast. We're caffeine hounds. Let's see. Where the tech deals go? Oh, here they are. I'm like, what the hell? I thought I was having a hard time looking for it. Yeah. So, Wired posted a pretty damn good article for tech deals, you guys. Check it out. Bam. All right, so we're going to start off with this one. The GoPro Hero 7 right now is $100 off. Now, you click the link, you go to Amazon, and you're going to be able to see Oh, look up your name. Wait. Oh, okay. I will. You go to Amazon and it'll say $2.99, right? So it knocks off $100. But if you get the white version, it's $156. Good deal. Now, look at this beautiful thing. This thing is unbelievably thin, dude.
So Acer with the GTX 1080 in it, they're selling that. Wow, they really want your business. They're really selling that for the price.
That Acer Predator 17X, dude. That is such a good deal. Like,
yep.
The fucking dude, the video card is worth almost as much as the fucking laptop as a whole.
The gaming monitor, the Acer gaming monitor, $200 off. That's a steal too.
I mean, look at this, dude. $2,900 even for this is actually pretty good. You're getting a 6-core Intel Core i9, right? You're getting an 8 gig video card with 16 gigs of RAM, dude. That's not bad for a fucking laptop.
And for the Vizio 55-inch red LED 4K HDR smart television, $749. That's a steal. Legitimately a steal. All these deals here, man, that you're seeing, even the game deal.
Chris, buddy, dude, Chris. Oh, let me educate you about Acer, okay? Acer makes some of the best IPS panels on the market. I've been rocking these two now since 2000 and I want to say 13 or 12. Whenever the i7 4770K launched is how long I've been rocking these two monitors. They are god tier in color correction, dude. Like, they have the highest color accuracies you can get on the market. And I got these brand new for almost $300 a piece at the time. You can get them now for like $100. They are so worth it. Their gaming lineup, though, like their actual gaming laptop lineup, is really, really good. It's a lot better than where they were, say, 2014. 2014, I'm not sure if you watched Jay's 2 Cents or Linus or anybody, but like they did a lot of reviews on those back then, and they got really low scores because of how much they cost versus what you were getting. Now they've gone pretty much the opposite. Now they are barely making anything on these things because of how high those 1080s are. And you're getting fucking an awesome i7 you're getting pretty much a desktop built super rig put inside of a laptop. It's a really good deal. And if it comes from Acer, you're going to have all of the awesome shit that they do for their IPS panels built into their monitors. So you're going to have the color accuracies. You're going to have the fast refresh rates. You're going to have the response times of gray to gray. Like, it is going to be a really good deal for anybody who buys this thing.
Yeah.
Early 2000s they were kind of
Acer's been pulling out some good stuff. Like, they've been competing with Asus for a while there with G-Sync monitors and FreeSync monitors. They've been both coming out with good monitors for the price.
Yes, they have. So the next deals, we have Harman Kardon Omni 20 Plus for $130. The wireless speaker with Sonos speakers on it. I've never heard how these sounded. I've seen a few tech reviewers already talking about these, and they're getting pretty high praise. So if you want to go check them out, go for it. They're on sale right now for $130. It's pretty damn good.
That's some nice looking cans. No joke. I used to have a pair of JBLs. JBLs are nice. I gave them to my mom.
Bro, I have a pair of JBLs from my Xbox.
They're really nice.
They are. The JBLs I bought, those are those weird looking cans. Are kind of like squared, kind of. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I bought a pair of those, dude. Amazon had on sale for like $5. I was like, $5? I'll take a pair of those.
What was the other one? I know the one that runs the community that she also has the Bluetooth speaker and whatnot. For nothing but good things.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so there's some good deals. I'd say go to this site, check it out. Google Home for $96 at $32 off. So I'm guessing that's the full speaker, right? Not the baby speaker, not the little tiny one.
No, it's the big speaker.
Let me check that out just to make sure. Yep, it's the full speaker. Damn, I didn't realize this thing was that. Huh.
And also
Nordstrom.
Steel Series has also got a deal going on with their gaming headset on their website.
Okay, so I just wanted to point this out real fast, Rev. Take this link with a grain of salt that this is a good deal because this is sold by Nordstrom. If anybody knows anything about Nordstrom in the U.S., they are famous for blowing up prices and then chopping the price down. So, so technically, this is probably only really like what 10% off, maybe. Tops.
What is this? The Google? What is that? The Google Home Max? What is that?
Yeah, this is the home voice activated speaker that Google has. This is the bigger one. This is the actual full size, and this is
okay. So this is the bigger one than the Home Mini.
Yeah.
This is a step up. Okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm saying though. Like, it's Nordstrom, so be very careful with what you buy. Don't overspend.
Hey, look at that! Look at that trash can on the side. That Bose. Look at that trash can.
Yeah. We don't talk about Bose here.
Why does that that speaker look like a kettling pot that you would put?
Here, you know what? Just for you, Rev, because since you're such a Bose guy, here you go. Here's some Bose. But you know what? For $80, that's not too bad.
No, that is not bad, and that's I believe that's their waterproof speaker.
Yeah, this is their waterproof speaker, dude. You know what I would do? I would like mount that into the shower. I would. I totally would. I would mount that in the shower, and bust out some heavy metal while I'm washing my ass.
I don't like the colors though. Yeah, I used to be a Bose fan, but I've turned more into a.
Ooh, what about this color? This is pretty nice.
I've been more of a JBL kind of guy lately. More of that and Audio-Technica and Bear Dynamics.
Bear, you can't go wrong with Bear. Like, Bear's one of those safe brands that, like, no matter what you buy, you're gonna be buying quality on. JBL is turning into that. JBL has been doing some really good shit lately, and I'm surprised that more and more headphone reviewers aren't talking about that. Even so I got the what was it, the Skull Candy Hesh 2 or whatever. It was a Bluetooth headphone that me and Metro got. I paid $50 for it, dude, and you know what? It is the best sound for $50 I have ever spent.
You know,
like, it is badass, dude. I got
Skull Candy, right?
Skull, yeah.
Coming out with AirPods.
Oh, that's gonna be badass, dude.
Yep, in a charge case, Bluetooth 2.0, and wireless charging. Which Apple? Well, we should talk about Apple because Apple just released new AirPods 2.
Bruh, so like those headphones, me and Metro still haven't had to charge them yet.
Damn.
Dude, I have been using them like you wouldn't believe. They have, like, I would say easily they've been on for like 30 hours, and it says something about like 20 hours or something like that on the case, and it's, dude, like,
hey,
they are really good.
I'm rocking the AirPods Live still, all right? I am rocking that AirPods Live. I went out and got them day one when I got my iPhone X. And I'll tell you, they get the job done. They're not the best earphones in the world, but I would kill to have either the Galaxy Buds or something from Skull Candy, because Skull Candy earphones look really nice.
Well, you know what? You know why they sound good now, right? Because Logitech bought them.
What, they own Skull Candy now too?
Yeah, Logitech owns Skull Candy, and they own Astro.
And they're releasing a new controller for Astro, so they new Pro controller.
Dude, like, I don't know about that. That looks fucking expensive, dude. Like, God, just save up your money and go out and buy an official Xbox Elite controller. Don't buy a third party, especially if it's gonna be outpricing the Elite controller.
But yeah, Apple's talking about Apple. I mean, they've been releasing. I'll give them credit. Every day this last week, they've been releasing new products like they've been promised. It's been interesting. New iMacs, new iBooks, new iPads, new earphones with updated chips, and they're also going to be releasing supposedly a movie TV streaming service.
So Chris, do I dare tell you that Metroxix gave me his iPhone 7 Plus, and I love it.
Cozy.
I love this thing, bro. Like, no joke, because like I think you've been following me long enough to know that I've owned pretty much every flagship since the what was it? The HTC Evo 3D 4G. That was like the first gaming phone or whatever. I've owned every flagship since then, and I've never had as much luck with them as I do this phone, to be honest with you. It's actually a really good phone.
When you type on an iPhone, it sounds like the old Windows 7 phone. When you type, you ever hear the noises that you do when you're typing and it goes that noise? Mike, this reminds me so of Microsoft when you're typing. I've always been an Apple guy. I mean, I've dabbled in, I thought Windows Phone was going to be the alternative to Apple. But when they didn't get the app developers behind it, then that kind of just...
Now, the camera is on point, Chris. You are right. The camera is definitely on point. But I don't normally use my iPhone for really anything else, though. I don't really game on it. I don't really do anything with it but take pictures and shoot vlogs from time to time. And I got some B-roll footage for my process of upgrading my PC. So Computron got a pretty big upgrade in this last month, so it's going to be kind of nice.
You know, the one thing I'll give Apple credit with their newer phones is I love the fact that I can drop my phone on a wireless, just bam, on a charger, and I don't have to use a cable no more. That is a win for me.
Right.
You guys don't know how many times when I've had my iPhone over the years that I've like literally hit a cable and dropped my phone, broken a lightning port, or a 30-pin connector, trying to do what I was doing. And I give Apple that credit. Windows Phone, I was really surprised they went away. The only other phone I would ever own outside of Apple and it would be an Android One phone. Like legitimately an Android One phone with stock Android. Have that closed ecosystem. Just because every Android phone I've ever had has not felt like a closed eco. Been more like you've been on the Android side of things too. With was the Mi phone or whatever that was, the Xiaomi phones.
Yeah, the Xiaomi phone. Yeah.
Yeah, and my
girl has a Xiaomi phone, and I would say like the Xiaomi line of product with like Huawei, because I guess that's like their parent company. I would say they know what they're doing a little bit better than what we get over here in the U.S.
Well,
on a lot of case. I mean,
the thing is, I don't like about Android is the fact that they have like a skin on top of stock Android. Kind of like, I just don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay for the Android One experience, pay a little extra, and get that closing.
Yeah.
From Google themselves.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. But we are coming up on the hour mark. So if there's is there anything else you want to say before we go?
No. Been great. Thanks for having me.
As always, thank you for coming on, sir. I appreciate you doing these with me. It's always nice to have somebody else to talk to when you're doing these. I mean, it's okay to do it by yourself, but like you run out of topics pretty fast, and you kind of just feel like idiotic when you're by yourself doing this sort of stuff. So again, I do appreciate you being on here with me, Rev.
Then on the side, I see of this video of this stream, I see a 1660 Ti review.
That's pretty funny. That is pretty good. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna do a video on my vlogging channel soon. Probably when I get back from my birthday celebration. I'm gonna end up throwing together the video that I recorded for Computron. Computron got us some pretty good upgrades. We've been playing a lot of Division 2 lately. We've been having a lot of fun with it. We just picked up Far Cry New Dawn. Pretty epic game, actually. I actually really enjoy it so far. Very colorful, very vibrant detail. Overall, just a really fun experience. I just finished getting my full collection for XCOM, so you guys are going to see me play some XCOM on Twitch eventually. XCOM is a really good game. Do what?
Picked up recently.
Hold on, say that one more time. You kind of cut out.
I got Steep recently.
Oh, you got Steep? How is it?
I haven't. I played it on PS4. I've played it before. I mean, it's a great game. It's a open sandbox snowboarding game / skiing / paragliding. It's really fun. People underestimated the game. Another game that I picked up too was Far Cry New Dawn. I gotta play co-op with you. And a bunch of Xbox stuff. Like still haven't returned my games yet for games. So I'm gonna be experiencing Red Dead Redemption 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Xbox.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna probably end up doing another play of Mass Effect Andromeda on the stream page.
We gotta co-op that.
Yeah, well, we need to play that. That's actually a pretty fun game. It's not too bad.
That's
Especially
a game
after they
people
fixed
under.
it.
That's a game people underestimated. But people, the thing is with the Mass Effect series, I played them all, including Andromeda a little bit halfway through it. But my thing with it was that it was a whole different universe. It's not even it's not a whole universe from the old one. It's a whole different universe. It looks to me like a prequel, or in the future. I mean,
Yeah.
something. And Far Cry 5, I gotta definitely finish too.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and launch. We're gonna let XP close us out as always. This time, the title of his song is "I Am Not Your Hero." If you guys are gonna come out and watch this later down the line, I just want to say thank you so much for the support. Thank you for bringing those views back up on this channel. I know the channel's been sort of dead lately, but hopefully we can revive this baby. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can grow more. Thank you for watching as always. Chris, you have a great night, sir. And I'll see you guys in another couple of days. I'll be in Vegas, baby. Stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter if you want to find out what I'll be doing up there. A lot of food pictures. Definitely not hookers and blow.